Doctor Who's 14th Doctor. Have they already made their debut inside the Doctor Who universe? Let's explore this theory, as it does turn out rather interesting. Welcome to TARDIS Central. I'm your host Jack, let's get into it. With Ncuti Gatwa recently announced as the next Doctor, or rather 14th Doctor if you're generally talking, a lot of the fans' thoughts have turned to wonder what this Doctor would be like as a character. And also, when is he going to debut? What if we've already actually had it? It's time to get a bit topsy-turvy and timey-wimey, as we've got a bit of a theory here about the 14th Doctor already debuting almost half a decade before their actual announcement. And for this, we have to blame and thank Russell T Davies. You know it's going to be a good one. If you want to keep up to date on all things Doctor Who news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at TARDIS Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. Okay, even though he ended his original tenure as showrunner at the beginning of 2010, Russell T Davies hasn't entirely remained away from the Whoniverse in that time, continuing onwards with the Sarah Jane adventures until Elizabeth Sladen's passing, and in more recent years, novelising the first episode of his run, Rose. What most people probably haven't heard of is this poetry compilation, Now We Are 600. The compilation features several interesting poems, illustrated by Russell and written by James Goss. The one we're focused on though is called Contents, opening with the lines, "The Doctor had a nice new face." The poem refers to the newly born incarnation having short hair and bright eyes, much like Gatwa has. But the particularly notable thing is that this new Doctor laments the clothes they're wearing, the clothes of their previous self, outright saying they're off the peg, I'll have something new. And where did the 13th Doctor get her clothes from? Well, it was way back in Series 11 at the end of The Woman Who Fell to Earth, Jodie Whittaker's debut episode. She got her outfit from a charity shop, combined from items she'd taken off the pegs of a shop and tried on, hence the saying. The poem is also accompanied by a single illustration by Russell, a chest featuring items of clothing from Doctors 1 to 12 and the War Doctor, as well as it turns out, the 13th Doctor, albeit in the form of a handbag. Now you might think this all a bit far-fetched as a place for the new Doctor to debut, but the compilation also includes a poem called The Death List. That poem features a Doctor of unspecified gender dethroning a king who was called for their death. Russell's illustrations for the poem notably leave the face blank and replaced with a question mark, and the final illustration shows the Doctor's coat roughing up in such a way that the number 13 is shown. Cheekily, Russell had in fact managed to debut the 13th Doctor a whole month before Jodie's announcement as the 13th Doctor. This man's apparently leaking his own things now. Well, not his own, but you get the point. Going back to contents, the poem also indicates this indeterminate Doctor incarnation trying a frilly shirt and scarf on, much like the 3rd and 4th Doctor's outfits, before dismissing them. Instead, they offer some sturdy boots and a hat. This also brings to mind the recent claims by The Sun that Ncuti will be wearing welding boots or wellies as a part of his outfit. It's hard to be entirely unskeptical of this, as of course this claim could be coming from somewhere aware of this poem's existence, rather than being proof of the poem's words were used in the costume department. At any rate, we know that Ncuti will collaborate with the costume department to decide its outfit for the role as the 14th Doctor. All Doctor performers in a modern run of Doctor Who actually do this, and it helps build out a really cool outfit. But if it does happen to be true, and it wouldn't be entirely out of style, the 3rd Doctor notably wears welding boots in the Season 10 story, Carnival of Monsters. We see in Season 14's The Mask of Magdalora that the Doctor keeps a pair and they call it in a shoe cupboard, though humorously, the cupboard in question is a huge room and doesn't seem to feature any other shoes. So maybe the Doctor has a cupboard for each pair of shoes? That's kind of interesting. So how will we know if this poem is about the 14th Doctor, played Gatwa? Well, it does come down to our first sight of her outfit and whether or not it will match the style of the unspecified Doctor who decides to wear a pair of sturdy boots and a nice new hat. We'll have to wait until Ncuti actually appears on our screens, perhaps in the 60th anniversary special. Just recently, Neil Patrick Harris, who's playing the Doctor's greatest villain, might have gave the game up if they actually worked with Ncuti Gatwa on the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. There's also another leak to suggest that Ncuti has been on set for the 60th, though currently right now we've got some more information to build upon that before we actually tell you more details about that, so keep that in mind. Well everyone, what's your thoughts? Has our new Doctor already made their appearance, or do you think they've degenerated into madness? Let us know in the comments, and if you want to keep up to date on the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at TARDIS Central. You can also follow us on social media. For now, I've been Jack, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on TARDIS Central.